galore could be expected. And the dam that was holding back Cristiano Ronaldo's goals clearly been broken at this point, George.
Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo, 8 goals in his last 2 games. He has been fabulous. And against Granada, he's expected to score a lot of goals as well. Should be a great game. We'll see what happens
from this game.
Well, have a guess. Poor Granada. I mean, if there's ever a team that's in the wrong place at the wrong time, it's Granada. I mean, they're facing an unbelievably strong, in an absolutely incredible goal scorer's groove. And once a player gets into that, the goal looks as big as a barn door. Yeah. Cristiano is in that wonderful point right now, but the defence as well, the defence of Real Madrid has been imperious. Rafa Benitez will not be taking Granada lightly.
No.
He'll have done his defensive work. He's going to be given a new debut for Lucas Vasquez, one of the Castilla guys. So they're locked and loaded. Look out.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll discuss a little bit more with Ray Hudson in a bit, but
not be taking Granada lightly.
No.
He'll have done his defensive.
3 points of PSG. The afternoon matchup from Milano, the Rossoneri looking to respond to their derby loss last week. They're taking on undefeated Palermo, and the question remains, will Balotelli play a role? We've got your Express pregame starting at 2:30 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, let's get back to the match here between Real Madrid and Granada. In Madrid is our Madame of Madrid correspondent Karina Krasnova with the latest regarding Real Madrid heading into this encounter. Karina, what do you have for us?
Today's match promises to be a very special one for Real Madrid and for some of its players. One of them is Cristiano Ronaldo, who is only 2 strikes away from beating Raul's club scoring record and becoming Real Madrid's all-time leading scorer. Another one is Keylor Navas, who last Tuesday already broke the clean sheet record, having not conceded a goal in the first 4 official games of the campaign, and today will be seeking to reach another one held until now by Iker Casillas, who managed to secure a clean sheet for 450 minutes 7 years ago. The Costa Rica international is only 90 minutes away from equaling it. However, it won't be easy to achieve these goals and the victory, considering Benitez's men are heading into today's clash, having been dealt significant injury blows. James, Danilo, and the most recent ones, Gareth Bale and Sergio Ramos. Varane, despite having been called up for today's match, is not 100% fit either, and he has to be for the Tuesday meeting against Athletic in Bilbao, which is why today it might be time for Nacho. Despite these important casualties, Benitez stays calm and optimistic, believing he has sufficient depth in his squad to tackle this kind of situations. Karina Kvashneva reporting from Madrid for beIN Sports.
Thank you so much, Karina. Well, as you mentioned, Rafa Benitez has been all smiles in front of the media since their season-opening draw with Sporting Gijón. They can't seem to stop finding the back of the net, nabbing 10 in the past week alone. But where the goals have been plenty, so the injuries. Another 2 mainstays sidelined in Champions League this week. Let's hear from the coach.
I said before, we have a very good squad, so it's not a problem for us. If we have injuries, I'm really disappointed, but at the same time, we have players that they can do well, they can make the difference. So it's not a big problem for us if we have to change 1 or 2 players. Obviously, we have more injuries, it will be more difficult, but just 1 or 2 players, we have enough quality in the squad. So I am confident that if we play in the same way that we were playing before, it will be fine.
Well, let's hear a little bit more from another coach, Ray Hudson, and his thoughts. Go ahead, George.
All right, thank you very much, Terry. We're getting a little more comfortable. He's a little more comfortable than at the desk here with Ray Hudson as we get ready for the game between Real Madrid and Granada. And Benitez has some options to choose from with the injuries that mentioned. No James, no Bale, no Danilo.
Oh, poor guy.
Poor guy, right?
Well, let's hear a little bit more from another coach, Ray Hudson, and his thoughts. Go ahead, George.
All right, thank you very much.
Granada has been nicely drawn up in the past on their road trips, George. They've won both of their games. They've actually won 3 since the boss took over in May. So that part of it, this man knows how to structure his team against good sides. He's up against a world-class team that is nothing less than lethal. And coming back to the Bernabeu as well, they've got everything going. Their confidence is rising. This is the type of football the Madridistas love, attacking, entertaining football. And who would have thought it after that first game? You know,
the 0-0 against Sporting,
against Sporting Gijón, and where the long knives were out already with that demanding crowd. But still, they came through that. And they've been wonderful against Shakhtar Donetsk in midweek. they've got everything going their way. This will be a tsunami coming at Granada, but this is why they play the game. We've seen bigger upsets. I'm trying to find a silver lining for Granada. It's very difficult, George.
Well, it's never a good time for injuries. We know that. But if you talk about the timing against Granada, last time they played, Real Madrid won 9-1.
Yeah.
No James, no Bale, no Danilo.
Sure.
There's a good chance for maybe Mateo Kovacic to start, although he probably will be on the bench.
Yeah.
I mean, this is good timing in a sense for Real Madrid, even though injuries are never good.
Yeah, the player who would be led to believe he may put in is Lucas Vazquez, a Castilla player. Now, remember, Rafa Benitez was a Castilla player himself.
Yeah.
So I think that sentiment, the old apron strings, the old heartstrings are tugging at him and saying, give one of our young boys a chance. I would have loved to see Mateo Kovacic in the lineup from the get-go because he's one of my favourite types of player, a beautiful, skillful, languid footballer, and still very young. He will be the heir apparent for Real Madrid's inventive, creative players in the future. But his day will come, and still, Real Madrid not resting too many of the big stars. I thought Modric might be left out as well. It looks like he's going to start. But Real Madrid missing one or two of their regular starters, they shouldn't miss a beat.
And what team did Mateo Kovacic come from?
Yeah. Wonderful.
Internazionale. You just got to say that. I love saying that.
Me too. Me too.
Now, a player for Granada that could be important is Youssef El Arabi, French-born Moroccan international.
Yeah.
He has a goal this season. He's basically their best forward in attack. He's going to have a big task going up against that defense.
You know, there's a great story called David and Goliath that people might want to look at. This is David that we're looking at here, up against Goliath. David had one shot. He had one slingshot in that catapult of his, or whatever it was that he knocked Goliath over with, and he hit the bullseye. El Arabi will get very sparse chances against the best defence in La Liga, in this wonderful juggernaut that is like Fort Knox at the back, playing against the goalkeeper in Keylor Navas, who is arguably up there with the world's best right now, being a fabulous goalkeeper. It's going to be hard for El Arabi, but they live in hope. He is their hope.
All right. Well, Ray Hudson will be on the call with Andres Cordero in a few minutes' time as Real Madrid take on Granada. Ray, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it.
Pleasure, George.
And when we return, we'll have more of the Express here on beIN Sports as we get set for Real Madrid versus Granada here on the network. Don't go anywhere. The preview continues.
Play Awesome Party Song. What's up, Mikey?
Hey, buddy, I heard you're having a party.
What? If I was having a party, I'd invite you.
Would you?
Yeah.
Oh, I got another call.
I'm not having a party.
Hey, Chris, what's up?
You heard about Adam's party, man? That's gonna be crazy.
I knew it! Find the closest party store.
Introducing App Connect.
Here are your directions.
I'm gonna throw my own party.
The things you love on your phone. Available on 11 Volkswagen models.
I think this is the end. Wait. To the north.
And then a hero comes along. And then a hero comes along.
Hey! Time to be heroes, guys. Game of War. Download and play for free now from the App Store.
The Capital One Cup is on beIN Sports. The Black Cats will take on Man City at the Stadium of Light in the third round of the Capital One Cup. 18 months after these two met at Wembley Stadium for the finals. Sunderland versus Manchester City, Tuesday on beIN Sports.
Tomorrow, the Festus Riders are here on beIN Sports. 4.4 kilometers, 13 corners, and a lot of adrenaline. SBK Superbike, round 11, from Jerez, Spain, on beIN Sports.
Borough scored in the last week, 8 of those, courtesy of Cristiano Ronaldo, whose drought is officially over. He's starting today, of course, with this man, Benzema, who's going to be leading the attack. And the newcomer, Lucas Vazquez, is starting right in behind Benzema. Isco also getting a run out as well. And as we eke a little bit closer to kickoff, a quick look back at the early match out of the league championship today. Second place, Middlesbrough aiming to keep pace with runaway leaders Brighton, and with a trip to Trentside and Nottingham Forest, who had finally managed to string together a couple of wins. Could they make it 3 in a row after defeating QPR and Birmingham the last week? Well, Borough have been on a fine form themselves, 4 wins in a row, but hadn't won at City Ground since before the turn of the century back in 1999. We do take a lead early. 3 minutes in, George Friend sets up David Nugent. And the simple tap in there for his second of the season. Let's go with his 3 assists. Now one closer to Christian Stuani. Both players taking Borough by storm since signing on in the summer. It's dummy there as well. That lead would only last 4 minutes, though. Henry Lansbury for Forrest from the corner, and it's Matthew Mills' sweeping move coming out of nowhere here to blast it past Konstantopoulos, keeping it level after just 7 minutes of play. Ended up being an early day for Mills, though. Injury forced him off 10 minutes later. But Borough do regain their lead just after the half-hour mark. Daniel Ayala, the savior, as this one comes from the right side, sacrificing the body here as he scores his first of the season. It's tribute there to the we won 4 last year, first of the season here, as he puts this past De Vries. And Borough keep their winning streak alive, a 2-1 win on the road to City Ground. It's their 5th win in a row, George.
Okay, so a big win for Middlesbrough as they move to the top of the table, or near the top of the table. Let's take a look at the standings at the Sky Bet.
Tribute there to the we won 4 last year, first of the season here.
Down, and we see that the bottom 3 go down to the Football League One. Bristol City, Blackburn, and Rotherham United rounding out the bottom 3. They have yet to win a game so far. Remember, a couple decades ago, Blackburn actually won a Premier League title. Now they're in danger of going to the Football League One. Let's send it back to Terry for some French football activity.
Difficult league there, George.
Blackburn and Rotherham United rounding out.
Difficult league there, George. Thank you so much. Looking ahead to the top match out of France today, champions PSG taking their midweek Champions League victory and looking to keep up the momentum on the road today to Ligue 1 surprise package, Reims. Now just 3 points separating these two. PSG fought for a draw in last season's fixture, but last year they didn't have Angel Di Maria.
When Reims won away to Bordeaux on the opening day of the season, following a late goal from 19-year-old Jordan Sibacheux, the result was considered by many to be an anomaly. But Olivier Guégan's charges have continued to upset more illustrious and their young players.
In last season's fixture, but last year they didn't have Angel Di Maria.
Not least teenager Sibacheux and 20-year-old super sub Gréjean Coué, the 6-time champions, are full of confidence. Last Saturday was a perfect example of Reims' newfound spirit. Trailing 2-0 at Toulouse, Guégan sent on Sébastien and Boulot, both scored, and Reims claimed an improbable point. Reims have caused plenty of problems to PSG in recent probable point. Plan Ibrahimovic's early strike was cancelled out by Prince Onyonge, and when Antoine Deveau scored, an upset was on the cards. Paris levelled matters, however, through Ibrahimovic. Paris head to Champagne country with 1 or 2 nagging doubts after they dropped their first points in week 5. Bordeaux #1 Cédric Caruso may have gifted PSG and Cavani an early lead, but home goalkeeper Trapp was in even more generous mood, failing to keep out Henri Saivet's header. A second equaliser in disastrous fashion. Laurent Paris head to Champagne country with 1 or 2 nagging down his German custodian.
2 goalkeepers made mistakes, so it's not only Kevin Trapp who needs consoling, it's Cédric Caruso too. Seriously, he's a goalkeeper who takes a lot of risks. I ask him to take a lot of risks. For me, it's a question of playing style. I want the ball passed out from the back. It's nice when it works, and when it doesn't, it's usually a goal, and then the keeper gets criticised.
Another recruit, Angel debut, but again Blanc was keen to look at things in a positive light.
Angel was a bit like the rest of the team tonight, a bit sloppy. At times he showed some of his class, but he's also made some mistakes.
Di Maria scored in Tuesday's 2-0 Champions League win over Malmo, as did Edinson Cavani, who now has 4 league goals after his impressive double against Bordeaux.
So we take a look at the numbers of El Matador, the Uruguayan international. They get offsides a lot, 9 times for Edinson Cavani. All right, we take a look at the standings. It's a big game between Stade de Reims and PSG, as they are both top 3. Remember, the top 3 in France go to the Champions League. That's a big one right there. We'll see if Stade de Reims can hand PSG their first loss of the season. Stade de Rennes coming up with a big draw against Lille to start the round 6 in Ligue 1. We look at the bottom half of the table, and we see the recently promoted side Gazélec. They are at the bottom of the table. Montpellier, Troyes, and Lorient rounding out the bottom 4. And Bordeaux, Marseille. Marseille still struggling under Michel as the coach. They are in the bottom half of the table. We'll see what happens there between these two teams. So, Terry, we spoke about France. Now let's talk some Spanish football.
Absolutely, George. Well, PSG and Reims, as we just saw, they're set to be a top-of-the-table clash in France. But in Spain, round 4 started at the very bottom, where Getafe and Malaga clashed on Friday. Both still searching for their first win of the season. Only one would get those honors. 3 straight losses for Getafe. Malaga had 2 draws, but have yet to find the back of the net this season, and that continued with fast-acting Victor Rodriguez piercing the Malaga defense inside 2 minutes. Stefan Skipovic nodding home the cross to Celtic Loni's first for Getafe, enough to give them their first 3-pointer of the campaign. Getafe had another chance in the 26th minute, this time from the left side. Womberto and Skipovic looking for that brace at the back post, but just puts it over. 82nd, Malaga tried to get back into this. Almost to Celtic Loni's first for Getafe, enough to give them their first 3-pointer of the campaign. To Getafe, Malaga remain winless, goalless, sitting just 1 point off the foot of the table. All right, this is the game that is heading your way here on beIN Sports. Straight away, Real Madrid and Granada live from the Bernabeu. Our preview continues here on beIN Sports. Stick around to look at lineups coming up next. All right, this is the game that is heading your way here on beIN Sports. Straight away, Real Madrid and Granada.
Vamos, vamos.
Te extraño, peluchito.
Peluchito.
Nuevo Ford Focus, diseñado para los momentos.
A week, but you've got to play to win. Try FanDuel today. We'll match your first deposit up to $200. Love it or your money back, guaranteed. Go to FanDuel.com and enter promo code BUBBLE1. That's BUBBLE1.
Barca is unstoppable with no defeats and the support.
$1 million a week, but you've got to play to win. Try FanDuel today. We'll match your first deposit.
The champion is looking for the 4th victory in a row at Camp Nou. Barcelona versus Levante with no.
Hello and welcome. Analysis.
La Liga became the most expensive league in the world to win.
Game. There will be strength, physical contact, and accuracy. Valence of Champions League every week on beIN Sports and beIN Connect.
The Serie A is on
Monday and Friday night. Don't miss out on the locker.
And accuracy. Valence. EH.
Nothing to get a win against Genoa. Genoa versus Juventus. Tomorrow on beIN Sports.
It is Real Madrid at home to Granada as our La Liga coverage continues here on beIN Sports. Our opening game, of course, a number of injuries. Benitez, that means some changes in the starting lineup, George.
Yep, the starting lineups are out for Bayu. And as you might expect with James and Bale out, Lucas Vazquez is going to get the start for Rafa Benitez's side. Isco and Cristiano Ronaldo. It's a 4-2-3-1. Same thing for Granada with Alarabi up top. He should be leading the attack for Granada for the Andalusian side. We'll see what happens.
There you go, Real Madrid's Granada kickoff right here on beIN Sports. Don't go away.
This is what it looks like.
Kickoff right ahead here on beIN.
$1 million at DraftKings.com. The one-week fantasy sports destination where Dave Gomes won $1 million. Drew Dinkmeyer won $1 million. Now get your share of $10 million. DraftKings makes it simple. Just pick your sport, pick your players, and pick up. Simple. Just pick your sport, pick your players, and pick up your cash. That's it. Get your shot at winning life-changing piles of cash every week.
The 2018 World Cup qualifiers kicks off on beIN Sports. The 10 South American national teams start a long journey of 18 exciting rounds. CONCACAF continues the battle with the debut of U.S., Mexico, and the most prestigious teams of Central America and the Caribbean. The CONMEBOL and CONCACAF 2018 World Cup qualifiers, only on beIN Sports.
All the emotion of La Liga continues on beIN Sports. With a bitter defeat at home, Los Colchoneros look to get back on track against the
teams of Central America and the Caribbean. The
Balotelli back with Milan and has yet to make a mark in the Serie A. They welcome Palermo, who is on the rise on the league table and is ready for anything. AC Milan versus Palermo today on beIN Sports.
The Santiago Bernabeu, where Real Madrid fans.
I think this is the end.
Wait. To the north.
And then a hero, and then a hero comes along, and then a hero comes along.
Hey! I think this is the end.
Wait.
And then a hero comes along.
Hey! Time to be heroes, guys. Game of War. Download and play for free now from the App Store.
Ay, qué resaca. Necesito un caldo de camarón ya. ¿Hermana?
Otra vez crudo. Por favor, esta vez toma nota, porque todos los domingos es lo mismo. Vas a...
Una receta de camarón. La mejor receta de camarón es otro trago.
Tío Mario.
Mi receta de caldo de camarón no solo es bueno para la cruda, sino pregúntale a ellas.
Qué resacón. Amor, ¿qué desayunar?
Caldito de camarón. Caldito de camarón.
Excuse me. Hey, man. Huge fan, man.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, the touchdowns and the wins and...
Yeah, you know, I don't like to dwell on the past, but thank you.
Yeah.
Aikman, touchdown, unbelievable. Aikman, touchdown, unbelievable. Aikman, touchdown,
I dwell on the past.
I would too.
I don't blame you.
Okay.
As long as you are you, it's Miller time.
Play.
Aikman, touchdown, unbelievable. Aikman, touchdown, unbelievable. Aikman, touchdown,
Play awesome party song. What's up, Mikey?
Hey, buddy, I heard you're having a party.
What? If I was having a party, I'd invite you.
Would you?
Yeah.
Oh, I got another call.
I'm not having a party.
Hey, Chris, what's up? You heard about Adam's party, man? That's gonna be crazy. I knew it! Find the closest party store.
Introducing App Connect.
Here are your directions.
I'm gonna throw my own party.
The things you love on your phone. Available on 11 Volkswagen models.
This match is brought to you in part by New Balance.
Alongside Ray Hudson, I'm Andres Cordero. And getting our Saturday live action underway is Real Madrid with Rafa Benitez. Just 2 changes to the starting 11 from the midweek win over Shakhtar in the Champions League, as Rafa Benitez slots Pepe in alongside Rafael Varane. Varane recovering from a slight knock at the midweek. And the other change of the starting 11. Of course, Lucas Vazquez making his first start for Real Madrid. Meanwhile, for Granada, just 2 changes for Jose Ramon Sandoval from the 3-1 loss at Villarreal. And it's Doria starting in place of Jean-Sylvain Babon. Doria, the talented young Brazilian, making his first start for Sandoval. Edgar Mendez, the former Almeria man, makes his first starts of the season for Granada as well. Ruben Rochina wearing the captain's armband for Granada. Marcelo captaining Real Madrid today at the Santiago Bernabeu. The match referee, Juan Martinez Munuera, one of the younger officials in La Liga, 33 years old, officiating his 38th match in the Spanish top flight.
A wonderful setting as always here, beautiful day, but for Granada, how long will that sun be shining? It's going to rain goals. That looks as if it's a guarantee, but we will see. It's not usually how it plays out. So what does Sandoval come with for Granada? It'll be the one man up top. Rafa Benitez exchanges pleasantries, of course, but for Granada, it'll be half a league, half a league, half a league onward. Into the valley of death they ride to face Cristiano, who has been absolutely rabid. And a goalkeeper in between the sticks, it is arguably up there with the world's best. Rafa Benitez has got this team rocking and absolutely on fire lately. Granada was, but for Granada, it'll be half a league, half a face, a lethal.
And Martinez Munuera gets us underway in the Santiago Bernabeu. Real Madrid against Granada, match day 4 in La Liga, alongside Ray Hudson, I'm Andres Cordero. And again, I do hope that you like goals. There were 10 of them the last time these two sides met back in April. There have been 15 over the last 3 games for Real Madrid, all of them scored by the men in white today. It is Keylor Navas in goal, yet to concede in any competition this season. Cordero, and again, I do hope that you like goals. There were 10 of them the last time these two sides met. A goalkeeper who has what looks to be a long afternoon ahead of him. A back 4 of Miguel Lopez, David Lombán, Doria, the debutant, with Cristiano Biraghi, Crin and Javi Marquez in the middle, Isac and Kroos in the middle, Vazquez, Isco, Ronaldo make up a 3-man attacking midfield line behind the Karim Benzema. 100th appearance for Granada.
Wonderful first touch from Vazquez there, tracking back and getting a little bit of a tackle in there. That'll do him the world of good in his confidence. First touch as we look at the Miller Lite.
The Miller Lite player focus today, Cristiano Ronaldo and Youssef El Arabi. And Ray, typically we don't choose a Cristiano or a Messi as a player to watch, but today, from matching Raul for the all-time top goal scorer in Real Madrid history.
We look at the Miller Lite.
The Miller Lite to go with Lucas Vazquez, who was purchased back from Espanyol for just €1 million, a little more than $1 million, instead of Mateo Kovacic, who has been the 12th man coming off the bench so far this season, the young Interman who is on the bench yet again for Real Madrid.
Yeah, a little bit of a, not such a surprise, given the fact that Rafa Benitez was a Castilla man himself. Was it Ramon Sandoval? His team have been good on the road, and they've won the last 3 since the man took charge in May, so he knows how to draw them up. The question is, has El Arabi up top sit as El Presidente looks down? Got to be absolutely beaming in his side at the way they've performed, not just in La Liga, from that bit of a hiccup at the start, but in but overhits it as El Presidente looks down. Got to be absolutely beaming in his side at the way they've performed, not just in La Liga, from that bit of a hiccup.
Powell gets past one challenge, but not a second, as he's taken down by Javi Marquez. Free kick to Real Madrid.
Absolutely glorious day played on this massive pool table of a pitch.
Modric combining with Isco.
Good ball.
Diagonal near side, Lucas Vazquez.
Got options.
Trying to whip it past 2 defenders. It was touched away by Edgar Mendez.
A little too hesitant there, wasn't he? He was looking for the targets to pick out in particular, but Rafael be telling him not to be that particular, Lucas, because he knows Cristiano will be making those incredibly hurtful runs along with Big Ben's.
Vazquez this time does get the cross in, but over the head of Cristiano. It's fallen to Isco. Great tripped up over the ball. It was denied by Miguel Lopez, the Portuguese.
Portuguese international showing his class there. Reading, he scored like a Jack and Jill went up the hill, nursery rhyme boot there. But there's that type of ball that I was talking about from Lucas Vazquez. It doesn't find its initial target, sailed a little bit too much over the top, but Real Madrid always have those shot area.
Modric. Tripped up from behind is Luka Modric. Another free kick to Real Madrid, this time in their own half. Carvajal.
Good energy about Granada in the early going, not playing too deep and not exactly pressing too far. They know that Pepe and Varane will not be under pressure to give it away by any sort of pressure they will. So they're falling back just a little bit over the halfway line. Not exactly pressing too far. They know that Pepe and Varane will not be. Beautiful again.
Whipped in toward the back post beyond the reach of Benzema. Kept in play by Carvajal.
Marcelo again. Please let us see this again. He's got options, but look at how he picks him out. Okay, it's offside. It doesn't matter. That's Benzema's fault, getting stranded in between the devil and the deep blue sea. But Marcelo, the wonderful ex-Fluminense man, was brilliant on that hold-up, that hesitation, scooted by the first defender, and then dartboard. Please let us see this again. He's got options, but look at how he picks him out. Okay, it's offside. It doesn't matter. That's Benzema's fault, getting stranded in between the devil and the deep blue.
There isn't a clear-cut backup for on this Real Madrid.
There's a little lax.
Marcelo expected to see a personal record in terms of minutes played. It's the one position that there isn't a clear-cut backup for on this Real Madrid side, as it used to be. The Portuguese Fabio Coentrão, he's now playing
dimensions that he can pick from. Marcelo will always be able to go outside and overlap around Cristiano. That's normal, but he can cut inside to great effect, as we just saw. So it's inside, outside, pick your poison with the outside.
The touch to get it away.
Wow.
Absolute venom from Granada on the counter-attack, and it was all the work of René Corin down the middle. Whipped in by Cristiano Biraghi, the Italian.
Biraghi does brilliant. The Internazionale Lone showing his Italian class there on this beautiful grass field. And man, the Italian under-21 really came close to finding his streaking Al Arabi in that box, and you could hear the gasp of disbelief around this stadium just as the Madridistas were in full battle cry. There's a wonderful launch counter-attack led by Biraghi.
Marcelo to put the ball back in play for Real Madrid. A minor hiccup in the early going for the Merengues. Second place coming into this game with 7 points. That's up to 8 now on the live table. 3 straight wins since their scoreless draw in the season opener at Sporting. It was the only game that Karim Benzema did not play, and the only game in which Real Madrid were shut out. They scored 15 goals over the last 3 in all competitions. 5-0 against Betis, 6-0 at Espanyol, 4-0 against Shakhtar on Tuesday. Benzema being very deep to help with possession. It was the only game that Karim Benzema did not play, and the only game in which Real Madrid were shut out. They scored 15 goals over the...
Doria comes across just to wrap Big Benz up in Cellophane there. Good tracking of the French international. Good ball again.
Marcelo. As Granada looked to counter. Didn't play by Isaac Success. Still a chance. Didn't play by Isaac Success. Still a chance. As Rafael Varane. First start of the season for the former Almeria man. 24 years old now, Edgar.
Big lad to hit on the set pieces when they do get those vital, precious set pieces in Real Madrid's vicinity. 6 foot 2.5.
Is where Sandoval believes his team could do some damage, not just on the counter attack, but set pieces and crosses in as well. In the absence of Sergio Ramos, would help in that regard as well. But Rafael Varane and Pepe both more than capable in the air. Benzema against Miguel Lopez, leaves it for Isco. Good ball for Benzema. Return ball for Isco, and coming in was Javi Marquez to clear the ball away. Corner kick for Real Madrid.
Watch
Their
the
first.
covering here from Granada. He wants this ball played a little earlier because the defensive mechanism of Granada are really tracking his players down very well.
Dangerous ball in. No one there to meet it. Marcelo does well to find Carvajal. Isak giving chase. He'll get there.
ball.
Isak success.
Needs help.
It's 2 against 3.
Got it on
and
the
it's
far
Edgar at
side.
the near side. Rafael Varane picks his pocket.
A wonderful opportunity on the run. He's got Mendes wide open on that left, on this near side underneath our cameras, but it took a peach of a pass to find him, and another threat snuffed out.
Beating that first line very easily, Real Madrid. Benzema.